Hello everybody and welcome to the Homestead Miami Speedway, where we're getting ready for the final race in the third round of the chase. This race right here will set the final four for the chase for the Budweiser All-Pro Series Championship. After 2 of 3 races in the third round, the point standings look like this. JT Bryant, he is already locked into the Final Four no matter where he finishes here. He has 26 points. Well, actually, maybe not. If he does... Okay, I can't say that. Never mind. I have to redo some math here. He has 26 points ahead of 4th place Ryan Rezzo. So I guess basically saying that the 22 just needs to finish in the top. No lower than the third... No lower than 30th place in this race. So I can't really say he's locked in. So JT Bryant's first. Jessica Villanueva is 20 points behind behind JT Bryant. Sorry, I was going to say Joseph Bryant. So pretty much Jessica Villanueva is second. John Arndt is third, and Ryan Rezzo is in 4th in points. Now Anthony McCurry is 6 points outside of 4th place. So Anthony has to finish ahead of Ryan Rezzo, big time, like at least 7 spots ahead of Ryan Rezzo to get into the Final Four. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows, as it's a total of 12 points that separate 5th and 2nd. So you got Alex May, Stephen Pollard III, and Charles Sanford. They all have to win this race in order to be in the Final Four. That's kind of how it's going to go here. You know, but you never know what can happen here at Homestead Miami Speedway, as we are getting set to get the command to fire the engines for the second to final time in season 6 of the Budweiser All-Pro Series season.
Drivers, start your engines!
And there we go. Command to fire the engines has been given. You see Joseph Srigley on the pole after his win last week at Phoenix. Ryan Rezzo, chaser, in 2nd. "27 laps of racing here around this racetrack, this very slick racetrack. It's going to be very interesting to see who can come away with a victory here tonight at Homestead Miami." Okay, all 42 drivers so far are looking pretty good. Joseph Srigley, Ryan Rezzo, Nick Altendorf, John Racer, and Jake Haynes. Top 5 getting ready to start the race. The Ford EcoBoost 400 set to get underway here. Oh, we have a problem with the 20 car. Daniel Gilbert smoking. I think he's blowing an engine. Green flag is out. We're underway. And the 48 car was sleeping on the restart, or on the start of the race. Tough break for the 20, who doesn't even make it to the start-finish line to officially start the race. But we are under the green flag. Here comes Nick Altendorf down in that number 3 Dow Chevrolet underneath the 24, side-by-side drag race to the line. Gonna watch that outside line get the advantage over the 3 car though. Three car dives it off down low. Got the 40 right behind them. Now they're gonna go 3 wide for the lead. 3 wide for the lead here at Homestead Miami Speedway. The leader of that lap was the 24 of Joseph Srigley, using the outside line to his advantage. Now here comes the inside line, the 48 of Jake Haynes coming to the inside with John Arndt right behind him. John Arndt now the highest running chaser of the 8. Look at these cars battle 3 wide all around this racetrack. Keeping an eye on JT Bryant as well as Jessica Villanueva and others coming into this race. The last thing you want to do is get caught up in the middle line, because as you can see, it looks like the inside line is the line that's going. As our leader continues to be Jake Haynes in the 48 machine. Trent Dunham in second, JT Bryant third, but under contest from Jessica Villanueva in the 78 machine. Oh, now now they've settled it out. Now they're single file up here through. I don't know why my Fraps keeps doing this. The 3 wide battling back here. The 95 car fighting on the outside line, trying to keep the 6th position. Not going to be able to do it. Seth co-battling. Look at Jessica Shelton in here too. Practically gave the 41 car a shove. And speaking of Shelton, here comes her teammate, Charles Sanford in the 03. Remember, Charles Sanford is in a position where he really needs to win the race. I mean, he comes in here 8th in points. If I'm not mistaken, that's like 16 total points behind 4th place. Let me pull my points back up real quick. No, he's 18 points. Sorry, 18 points. So he has to finish 18 spots ahead of Ryan Rezzo and his other team and his other competitors too. Now let's try to find the 55. Where did the 55 fall back to? I see him in the middle of the pack. There he is, right here. He was in 23rd last time by. Here comes Anthony McCurry coming up here through the mix as well. McCurry, he's the one that's the closest to making it in. He's only Anthony McCurry. He's only 6 points. McCurry's only 6 points out of the top 4 right now, behind that 55 car. So we never know who's gonna make it into the final 4. As I'm gonna skip ahead here, looks like we have a new leader, and we do. It's the one of Trent Dunham. The one of Trent Dunham is now taking the lead here at Homestead Miami Speedway. And he's got a good lead, but as we're going to look back here, a battle for 2nd place between the 48 of Jake Haynes and the 78 of Jessica Villanueva. Villanueva is now the highest chaser in the field. As you see, the 22 car had to cut out of the throttle or go a little bit higher on the racetrack because of the run that the 18 car got. Now the question is, can the 78 car run down the 1? The fastest car on the racetrack is the 1 of Trent Dunham, which would make a lot of sense as to why he's the current leader at this point. But it's all going to come down to tire management and how much fuel these cars have, and the overall grip of the race cars. I mean, let's see, what are we talking about here? We're talking a 75-degree racetrack, or 75-degree air temperature. So we're looking at probably around 100, the temperature being 100 degrees or somewhere around 100 degrees possibly, for this track surface. Now Villanueva has indeed caught the 1 of Trent Dunham. Now the biggest thing is going to be pit stops. Sometimes when these cars come down pit road, they'll get all clumped up, and then we'll see a caution come out, which will like ruin like a lot of things, especially when cars don't pit when they should. Other times we'll see cars spin, but NNSCRA not throw a caution, which they're famous for doing. But look at this, Villanueva on right now. She's on the back bumper of Trent Dunham in the 1. She is trying to get a good run on the low side. Oh, coming to pit road. This is what I was talking about here. Oh, we have an accident. Caution is out. Like I just said, the caution is out. A lot of cars coming to pit road. The yellow flag is out. The cars that stayed out were Nick Altendorf, John Racer, Adrian White, Dougie Shears, Daniel Voiles, and the 77 of Johnny Gardner. Other cars came down pit road. I'm trying to see who was all involved. I saw somebody spinning and I didn't know who it was. Oh, we're definitely gonna have to go. We're definitely gonna have to take a look at that. Oh, the 14 and the 1 car got involved in something right there. The 14 car just ran right into the 1 of Trent Dunham. And now look at Trent. He's just caught on. Now he has to teleport back to his pit stall. And now Trent Dunham, who just had a very strong race car, is now stuck with this. As the rest of the cars come down pit road for this time, we're gonna go take a look and see what happened to bring out the caution as cars tried to come down pit road. Alright, so this is what happens to bring out the caution flag. As you see, watch these cars try to dive down off into pit road. Well, the 3 is staying out, so the 03 just dumps right into him, and then you see the 26 car move him up the racetrack too. So Charles Sanford was the reason for this caution flag. Caution's already out at this point, as you see the 19 and the 55 car get together, and then all of a sudden the 15, bam, right there, Annie Thomas just hits the 03 of Charles Sanford. I thought it was a red car I saw involved. So more bad luck for the 03 of Charles Sanford, as that might have just put the nail in his coffin, the final nail in his coffin, for not making the Final Four here at Homestead. So with more than 11/12 of the field coming down pit road when it was closed and like 5 cars stayed out, we're gonna go take a look and see now as we come to the restart who's gonna restart where and what's gonna happen. Welcome back to the Homestead Miami Speedway, where nobody is really out of the race except for the 20 car. The 1 of Trent Dunham is a lap down. Yeah, the 1 of Trent Dunham is a lap down. So we're going to go through your top 10 real quick. We've got Jessica Villanueva in first, Jay Kane second, Benjamin Miles third, Jessica Shelton fourth, O'Neill Balvin fifth, Joseph Srigley in 6th, Alex May 7th, Darren Blake in 8th, JT Bryant 9th, and Seth Cole in 10th. We're going to have a restart with exactly 10 laps to go. Ten laps to go on the restart. Can Villanueva hold everybody off to get a guaranteed finish in the top or a guaranteed spot at FTF? Green flag is out. Villanueva got one hell of a restart. I forgot I always got to keep it in TV too. Villanueva got one good jump on the restart. Haynes missed another restart. You saw Jake Haynes actually miss the initial start. He was sleeping. He apparently missed another one, as Villanueva is still the leader. But look at this. I didn't even notice too. Alex May is up here. So this could have very big implications on the chase as well. Alex May is up here. He's racing pretty good. JT Bryant and the 61 of Anthony Mercuri is up here as well. A lot of chasers up here. I guess our focus is going to have to return to these front 2 cars, as the 48 car has definitely run down the 78. The 42 is the fastest car on the track now. 27.98 that he just ran. As look at the 48, gonna run right underneath the 48 car, right underneath the 78 car, going right underneath Villanueva, now coming to turn 3 and 4. Villanueva just gotta control her speed as you see her do it. She's going to drive. She should be able to get the run drive off the corner. Nope, they're still side by side. Nope, now Villanueva has the lead. J.K. Haynes going to have to fall right, kind of have to fall back in line behind him. Look at the 48 car sail his race car off into the corner, but able to make it stick. And look at the battle we're going to have for the lead. Villanueva fighting for her second official win of the season. That's all she's looking for is her second win. 48 car underneath, coming to the line. The 78 car is going to lead the lap still. I think at this point, it is whether she wins or not, Villanueva will be safe. So will be safely in the top 4 unless she falls too far back. Still battling side by side. This is allowing Anthony McCurry in the 61 car to come up here too. Villanueva's got to control her speed through the corner. Look at the run she's going to get off. But the 61 of Anthony McCurry is coming in. The 41 car way high, almost hit the wall. This is not what these cars wanted to see with the rest of these pack catching up to them. Now, McCurry now going to go 3 wide for the lead, it looks like. Anthony McCurry going to go to the inside, dive underneath the 48 car, and try to get the lead. We got Joe Gibbs' teammates behind him. Four laps to go here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Oh, the 61 car drifted up a little bit. That's still going to allow the 11 car to get the outside line. Look at Jessica Villanueva going to try to make it 4 wide for the lead down the back straightaway. Oh, she tried so hard. The outside line gets really good run, but here comes Cody Lamas in the 11. Cody Lamas trying to get up there. Now the 61 of Anthony McCurry. He's going to have the lead. Well, the 11 and the 02 car almost touch. McCurry's going to love the racing in his mirror. 3 laps to go. Four wide behind him. 4 wide behind him. McCurry has just pulled away. .48 car looks like probably bounced off the wall there. I apologize for this lag. I don't know why it's doing this. Alright, I think we hit white flag. Yep. I'm just gonna tough it through. I'm just gonna tough it through this horrible frames per second here. And now Anthony McCurry and Cody Lamas just trying to battle it out down the back straightaway. This is for the championship, pretty much round. This is for the final round right here. Cody Lamas isn't gonna have enough. Anthony McCurry, he's gonna be the first chaser to win a chase race this season, and he locks himself into the final 4 with this victory. Anthony McCurry locks himself into the final 4 with this victory. But the question is, who is going to join him in the final 4 for FTF? Standings are now official. All right. As you see where you finish, we are getting down to it, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. It's coming down to this. We're one final race left. And now all of a sudden I get to 30 frames per second. One final race left in the chase for the Budweiser All-Pro Series Championship and the Season 6 Budweiser All-Pro Series season. FTF Super Speedway, That's where the Final Four are going to compete for the championship. Who's it going to be? We already know that Anthony McCurry will be there, but who will be the other 3 competitors? With where JT Bryant finishes, I guess we now know that he also will be. We all know that he will also be. So pretty much we're just down to 1 competitor, because Jessica Villanueva finished high enough to keep her spot. Anthony McCurry won the race, and JT Bryant finished high enough to keep his spot in the top 4. So who's going to be that final 4th competitor to battle it out for the title? We're going to find out after this video. So thank you guys so much for joining me here on the NNSCRA Sports channel. I apologize for the brief, for dropping frames at the end there. I don't know what happened. But, thank you guys so much for joining me. We'll see you guys next week at FTF Super Speedway for the season finale. For Michael Norman and the Budweiser All-Pro Series, I'll say, until we meet again.